or everything. The three of them turned pale, deep fear rising in their hearts. Yi Kexi's legs went so weak she couldn't even stand up. She could feel that the goddess of divine punishment protecting He Ming was instantly torn apart by this power. To her, the shock of this was no less than seeing the god she worshipped slapped to death. Meanwhile, the mega rock dragon lizard's eyes were filled with dread. Trapped within the pitch-black flames, the rock scales across its body melted layer by layer. The yellow energy streams were devoured the moment they left its body, and its heavy earth domain was completely suppressed. Seeing He Ming flash a mocking expression again, it instantly roared in sheer fury and lunged forward. Its giant claws parted the black flames, striking down with a yellow glow. He Ming didn't dodge or evade. The ferocious phantom raised its claws, formed of terrifying flames, and slashed outward like lightning. Their clash erupted into a shockwave of black and yellow. A deafening boom echoed in all directions. The mega rock dragon lizard suddenly felt a sharp pain in its paw. Its highly defensive rock scales were instantly torn through by the flaming claws. The terrifying heat slowly devoured its life force. It finally panicked, channeling its talent to the absolute limit. It abruptly spun around, sweeping its 100-meter-long tail with a howling force. He Ming leaped lightly to dodge the attack, then immediately appeared right in front of the lizard. As the claws swung down, the mega rock dragon lizard let out a miserable roar. It had always relied on its formidable defense to run rampant, hardly ever taking any damage. But now it was on the verge of critical injury. Moreover, while its defense and strength were high, its speed was slow and clumsy. In contrast, He Ming, boosted by the phantom's attack range, began directly kiting the beast, leaving it stomping the ground in impotent rage. After half an hour of attrition, the mega rock dragon lizard could no longer stand steady. Its life was about to be completely drained, its eyes filled with terror. He Ming remained completely unfazed, his slit-like eyes showing only greed. The pitch-black flames boiled over as his claws swung out to deliver the final blow. The mega rock dragon lizard roared in unwillingness before its massive body crashed heavily to the ground. In an instant, it was devoured completely by the black flames. At this moment, a drone flew swiftly through the sky. Everyone at the command center was shocked by the apocalyptic scene on the ground. Yang Zhao's gaze locked onto the giant black wolf standing tall, and seeing no trace of the mega rock dragon lizard, he instantly understood the outcome. He gasped sharply in awe. Just how many more surprises is this kid going to give me? Crossing 2 major tiers the first time was already humanity's limit. Then he crossed 3 major tiers to kill the 3-headed rot snake. Now, at level 16, he forcibly slayed a level 52 star bloodline mutant beast, a gap of exactly 4 major tiers. Yang Xiao was 100% certain that the alien race's target was Chen Lin. He sneered, "It's time to set up properly. This net to catch the big fish needs to be made sturdier. Tomorrow, post the recording of Chen Lin killing the 3-headed rot snake to the Academy forum. Let everyone know that a true dragon has emerged in our great Sha." The others agreed with excited faces. Qin Kong and the other two returned to the spot. Yi Kexi looked full of admiration. "Junior Chen Lin, this summon of yours is way too terrifying." Wang Yao and Qin Kong also nodded. Qin Kong said, "Other academies say I'm carrying you, but actually, you're the one carrying me." Wang Yao and I didn't contribute at all this time. "You and Kexi can split the contribution points." I shook my head. "We'll stick to what we agreed on originally. I want to continue hunting level 50 mutant beasts. How about you guys help me out?" After devouring the mega rock dragon lizard and its life crystal, He Ming's evolution points increased directly by 150, which was 10 times that of a level 40 mutant beast. If we kill 10 more, he might be able to evolve again. Qin Kong's eyes lit up, and he gladly agreed. Yi Kexi's support role was crucial. Next, the three began clearing out the surrounding level 50 to 54 mutant beasts. Until late at night, when I saw He Ming's evolution points were maxed out, I called the three of them and prepared to head back. Back at headquarters, everyone was full of praise. In just one day, they had killed 11 mutant beasts above level 50. Their clearing speed was even faster than the mentors. A female officer nearby said, "There are only a little over 1,000 mutant beasts above level 50 in the entire Balian mountain range. At this rate, it's estimated the cleanup will be finished in just over a month." Yang Xiao nodded in satisfaction. These level 50 mutant beasts are a hidden danger for monster hordes. Once they are killed, the more intelligent, stronger giant beasts won't dare attack so easily. Returning to the dorm, I picked up my special device and used contribution points to apply for 10 level 2 life crystals. The purchasing power of contribution points is higher than academy credits. It is the core of the frontline trading system and can only be obtained by making contributions to humanity. Clearing out mutant beasts naturally counted. Soon, the life crystals were delivered. I opened the safe and grabbed all 10 thumb-sized crystals in my hand. The crystals instantly shattered, turning into fragments of red energy that flowed into my body. My level rapidly shot up to level 20. Looking at the second-class advancement prompt on my personal interface, I clicked confirm without hesitation. Instantly, a flash of white light appeared. When my vision returned, I was already standing in a plane. A transparent box appeared before my eyes. Coordinate number 00996. This is a world invaded by the evil fallen race. They enslave everything to multiply and grow stronger. Task: kill the evil fallen. Participants: 1 person. Time limit: 24 hours. Cannot manually return to Blue Star. I frowned slightly. The evil fallen were one of the alien races attacking humanity. To think they still had the spare capacity to invade other worlds. My eyes instantly grew solemn. A while later, I arrived at the edge of a cliff. Beside a massive plantation, I saw a group of evil fallen with completely gray skin, over 2 meters tall, standing upright with twin horns on their heads. With mocking eyes, they urged numb-faced humans to bleed themselves to feed a small, pitch-black tree bearing blood-red fleshy fruit. Seeing this scene, I was filled with rage. With a flash of silver light, armor covered my entire body. Instantly, the dirt exploded beneath me as I leaped down from the 100-meter-high cliff. While two of the evil fallen were talking, a loud crash suddenly echoed behind them. They turned around in confusion, only to see a silver blur rush rapidly out of the billowing dust. In the blink of an eye, I was right in front of them. My armor-clad fist swung fiercely, carrying a white shockwave striking directly into an evil fallen's face. With the sound of a shattering nasal bone, it flew back dozens of meters like a cannonball, crashing into the dirt. Its brain was severely concussed. If not for its tough physical body, its head would have already exploded. The other evil fallen's expression changed drastically. It gathered dark energy into a spear and thrust it forward. I neither dodged nor evaded. I grabbed the spear tip directly and shattered it with raw force. The evil fallen panicked and turned to call its kin, but my speed was much faster. Drawing my warblade, I slashed down, splitting it cleanly in two. Gray blood splattered across my armor. All the evil fallen finally reacted, turning their terrifying, rage-filled eyes toward me. I felt no fear. My warblade slowly transformed into a mighty 3-meter-long halberd. Swinging its terrifying weight caused the air to boom and roar. Then, turning into a blur, I instantly appeared 3 meters in front of Jintie. Jintie was horrified. He raised his shield to block but was instantly blasted away, smashing into the cliff wall. Breaking free, he looked at me gravely. Neither his strength nor his speed was a match for mine, and he was a 3-ring evil fallen. But realizing there were 80 evil fallen in the plantation, Jintie laughed cruelly. Attack together. Tear him apart and feed him to the bloodfruits. All the evil fallen roared. Dark energy surged, filling the air with a repulsive aura. I was completely unaffected. My body exploded forward, sweeping the halberd as it blasted through the air. The halberd's light blew the heads off the 2 nearest evil fallen. Countless spears pierced toward me, but failed to penetrate my armor even an inch. While the evil fallen were in shock, the halberd tore through the air, instantly slaughtering a whole swath of them. I was like a humanoid beast. Bolstered by my 220 points of strength attribute, wielding a 13-ton halberd, with wide sweeping strikes, the evil fallen fell to the ground, mangled and broken. Jintie began to panic, using dark energy to form chains and bind me. Quick, let's restrain him together. As soon as he spoke, Jintie felt a tremendous force from the other end of the chains, and his body was dragged forward uncontrollably. A terrifying halberd smashed down from above. His expression changed drastically. He frantically activated his talent. His skin split open, growing a hard black exoskeleton. Yet, he was still cleaved in half by the halberd. Seeing his brother die tragically, Jintie's eyes widened in fury, and he turned to flee toward the royal city. I immediately transformed my halberd into a spear, aimed at Jintie's fleeing figure, flexed my arm muscles, and hurled it with all my might. The spear pierced through the air, instantly obliterating his head. The remaining fallen instantly roared, "He lost his weapon! Get him!" But just as they spoke, I obliterated a charging fallen's head with a single punch, and began hand-to-hand combat. Every punch unleashed a white shockwave. It didn't take long before all 80 fallen were crushed to pieces. Just as I was about to retrieve my spear, a massive eye formed by gray array patterns suddenly appeared in the sky. I looked up at that giant gray eye. It seems I've been discovered. Then, I took a deep breath, and with a thought, summoned Haiming. Its 100-meter-long body exuded a fierce and terrifying aura. A massive horde of fallen was already on their way. To be safe, I immediately clicked to confirm its evolution. Following my click, the core essence deep within Haiming trembled violently. Waves of terrifying evolutionary power swept through its body, then transformed into a black pillar of light that pierced the clouds, completely shattering the gray eye. The world seemed to tremble. Haiming howled at the sky, and its terrifying tyrannical aura, carried by its roar, echoed for thousands of meters. Crazy, congratulations, your summon Haiming has acquired a new talent, Dual Pupils of Death. I breathed a sigh of relief. It was another massive, all-around upgrade. The most powerful part was its flames upgrading to Heavenly Blaze. Fusing 3 types of power allowed it to form a domain. As for the Dual Pupils of Death, though I hadn't used it yet, an A-rank talent couldn't possibly be weak. Right at that moment, a ray pattern suddenly flickered in the sky, and the massive gray eye reappeared. Immediately after, a dense horde of fallen charged fiercely from the horizon. The 10 leading fallen were a staggering level 55. Such a high difficulty for a level 20 Ascension dungeon had never been seen in human history. With a mere thought, my spear transformed back into a halberd. I said coldly, "Haiming, leave none alive." As soon as I spoke, Haiming's body began to grow rapidly. It swiftly transformed into a terrifying black behemoth, 550 meters tall at the shoulder, and a full 1,000 meters long. Pitch black flames erupted across its body. Its deep blue slit eyes had turned into gray dual pupils, radiating an aura of death that made all living things tremble. Its ferocious roar echoed for over a dozen kilometers. Under its terrifying pressure, all the fallen froze in their tracks. They felt a deep, bone-chilling terror from the inside out. The horrific flames raging across its body made them feel an extreme sense of danger. Even from several kilometers away, the scorching heat remained undiminished. With its 1,000-meter-long body, a slow step from Haiming covered hundreds of meters. This single step instantly put the 5-ring fallen on high alert. Suddenly, Haiming exerted its power, and the ground within hundreds of meters cracked apart. It simultaneously activated swiftness to boost its speed and wellspring to absorb worldly energy. Its massive figure instantly appeared amidst the fallen horde. Its gray dual pupils stared at them coldly. Haiming raised its enormous claw and slammed it down, casting a huge shadow. Many fallen were smashed into mincemeat by the terrifying claw, instantly consumed by the pitch-black flames. Seeing this, Lealis, their leader, immediately shouted, "Ignore this monster! Go kill that human. Watching all the fallen bypass it, Haiming's dual pupils turned instantly icy. Its front paws slammed down, and with a deafening roar, its pitch-black flames blasted outwards for thousands of meters, devouring everything in their path. Countless fallen were plunged into panic. Not only did they feel the agonizing heat, but they also felt their life force being rapidly drained. In mere seconds, the weaker fallen were reduced to ashes. Lealis was utterly shocked. Damn it! What kind of power is this? It's directly burning my life essence. Life essence represents one's lifespan. Once lost, it cannot be restored without precious heavenly treasures. He hurriedly ordered, "Attack, now! If we drag this out, even if we win, we won't have long to live." The 9-5 ring fallen nodded, quickly manifesting various weapons and unleashed their ultimate killer moves. However, when their attacks landed on Haiming, a golden light surfaced, radiating an unshakable aura. All the attacks were completely blocked. Lealis gnashed his teeth. How is its defense so strong too? Just then, a giant paw slammed toward him like a falling mountain range, accompanied by thunderous booms. Blackbone wings instantly burst from Lealis's back, and he decisively shot away like an arrow. But suddenly, endless fear flooded his mind. A pair of ruthless dual pupils imbued with the essence of death appeared in the void, staring right at him. Lealis's figure instantly froze in midair. Empowered by the dual pupils of death, Haiming's intimidation was vastly amplified. Then, the giant paw ruthlessly smashed down. Lealis was completely immobilized. The earth collapsed instantly, like an earth dragon rolling over. Looking at this black giant wolf that resembled a natural disaster, the remaining 9 fallen saw fear in each other's eyes. This beast is too terrifying. It's a complete monster. Let's run. The other 8 fallen immediately nodded, sprouting blackbone wings as they fled desperately toward the royal city. Haiming completely devoured Lealis beneath its paw. It then raised its dual pupils and stared coldly. Casually locking on to one of the fallen, it instantly appeared behind it, and its black glowing claws directly tore it to shreds. Seeing this scene, the souls of the remaining 8-5 ring fallen nearly left their bodies. They wished they could grow another pair of wings. Right at that moment, Haiming's dual pupils surged with an intent of death that made the fallen's blood run cold. It directly turned the area around one fallen into a gray zone, instantly extinguishing its life force. Meanwhile, I watched the other incoming fallen with an expressionless face. I dashed forward in a flash. My halberd swept in all directions. The fallen exploded into flesh and blood under the peerlessly dominant halberd light, losing their lives. Soon, the surrounding 100 meters were covered in gray blood and corpses. After meeting up with Haiming, who had finished its battle, I sped in the direction the fallen came from, preparing to slaughter them all. Having devoured thousands of fallen this time, Haiming's size grew by another 5 meters. The energy required for its growth had noticeably increased, and its evolution points only went up by 100. It was nearly 10 times harder to level up compared to before. Just then, a majestic giant city hundreds of meters tall appeared in my line of sight. Countless fallen had already retreated, leaving only a single level 59 fallen waiting alone. Leatz's eyes were ice cold. Behind his 6-meter tall body, a pair of terrifying black bone wings spread wide. His entire body was shrouded in coercion, and his dark fallen power manifested as tangible air currents, darkening the surrounding environment. Looking at this figure, I said coldly, "What a repulsive aura. Haiming, you deal with him. I'll go hunt down the other fallen." Haiming's body instantly expanded back to 1,000 meters. Pitch black flames erupted, making it look like a black disaster-bringing beast. Its fierce aura swept in all directions, shattering 1,000 meters of plains. Haiming shot forward instantly, appearing before the giant city. Looking at this black giant wolf that was over 100 times his size, Leatz's face remained completely unfazed. Black light flashed as his claws blasted through the air, falling instantly like a lightning strike. At the moment of impact, the city wall, hard as steel, directly exploded as fragile as paper. However, just as the attack was about to land on Leatz, it was blocked by a barrier condensed from black air currents, completely unable to break through. A mere beast whose life level hasn't even reached the king realm. "Did you think killing a few ants would let you turn the world upside down?" Leatz said in a flat tone. He lightly flicked his finger, and the black barrier instantly expanded and exploded, directly blasting Haiming back several hundred meters. Following that, his dark power surged. In the blink of an eye, it transformed into a gigantic demonic blade over 100 meters long, exuding a terrifying corrupted aura that caused all the weeds within 1,000 meters to wither into ash. Rings of dark currents continuously surged up around Leatz, pushing his aura to its absolute peak in an instant. "The Demon King's sons of our true fallen race are not like those trash. Prepare to embrace your death." Leatz violently swung down his demonic blade. A 100-meter blade phantom instantly slashed into Haiming. A golden light surfaced on Haiming's body, but it shattered under the immense pressure in mere seconds. Roaring, Haiming grabbed the demonic blade with his claws, locking it head-on with his tyrannical body and 2,500 constitution points. The surrounding ground instantly collapsed by dozens of meters. The demonic blade cleaved the area ahead, creating a massive, bottomless fissure. From this single strike, Haiming sustained considerable damage. Leatz looked on with an indifferent expression. "Not bad. You survived one of my attacks. Now I'll give you a chance. Become my mount. When I go to kill that human, just don't stand in my way." Hearing this, unprecedented fury instantly flared in Haiming's eyes. He glared viciously at Leatz and let out a ferocious roar that shook the heavens and earth. Pitch-black flames erupted across his body, expanding to cover thousands of meters in the blink of an eye, engulfing everything within in a raging inferno. An utterly terrifying 2,000-meter brutal phantom slowly materialized. This time, The phantom was almost fully corporeal. The aura it emitted made all of creation tremble. Feeling that all-devouring power, Layart's gaze gradually grew solemn. His life essence was actually being stripped away. Haiming's dual pupils stared coldly at Layart's. Without needing to move, he raised his sharp claw and brought it down. The brutal phantom mirrored his movement perfectly. Layart's expression shifted slightly. He channeled his power of corruption to reinforce his barrier, but it still couldn't withstand the phantom's terrifying pitch-black fiery claw. He was viciously smashed into the ground. Layart's face darkened. Feeling his life essence being continuously drained, he flew into a rage. A terrifying power erupted from his body, but it couldn't expand beyond 10 meters. He was instantly dumbfounded by this. Before he could react, the brutal phantom swept its sharp claw once again. Layart's instantly crashed through the thick, sturdy city wall, sent flying backward for hundreds of meters. Right at that moment, Layart's body suddenly enlarged to dozens of meters tall. Black patterns spread across his skin, and massive black bone wings spread open on his back, spanning a full 100 meters. A long black spear slowly materialized in his grasp. Black energy currents burst forth wildly. Talent. Corrupted demon avatar. Die! Layart's roared furiously, and his figure instantly vanished. With a boom, he burst through layers of pitch-black flames, thrusting his sharp black spear forward. However, Haiming's reaction and speed were even faster. Utilizing the brutal phantom's attack range bonus, he swatted Layart's out of the sky like a fly, smashed him into the ground and creating a massive crater. Struggling to stand, Layart's gnashed his teeth. As a corrupted noble since birth, he had never suffered such humiliation. But Jin, what are you waiting for? Activate the Fallen Heaven Seal Array. His voice echoed to the distant rear. Instantly, a black sky curtain covered the area, enclosing the entire massive city like an inverted bowl. Dozens of meters wide, chains wreathed in the power of corruption emerged from the void, binding Haiming layer by layer. Countless black energy currents traveled down the chains to erode his body, as if trying to assimilate him. Seeing Haiming bound, Layart's laughed maniacally. Powered by tens of thousands of corrupted ones, even someone at the sixth ring could never break free. I am going to thoroughly torture you. Just then, Haiming let out a ferocious roar. Fusing heavenly flame, greedy gluttony, giantification, and the dual pupils of death, the pitch-black flames instantly surged violently, expanding outward by 1,000 meters. A terrifying aura of death circulated throughout the entire domain. At this moment, anyone caught within this pitch-black sea of fire, every living creature, would be condemned to death. Even eternal immortal gods would fall here. Meanwhile, the brutal phantom over Haiming fully materialized. Its massive eyes revealed two pairs of dim, dual pupils brimming with a terrifying death intent. A single glance could annihilate its target. Within this domain, he was the absolute ruler of heaven and earth. Purgatory of death. Activate. This domain formed by 3 fused talents was incredibly terrifying. Layart's smile instantly froze, and his expression turned to sheer terror. Trapped within the purgatory of death, not only was his life continuously devoured and converted by the black flames, but it was also being slowly obliterated by the death intent. Damn it. Let's see if you drain me to death first, or if I assimilate you first. Layart's face twisted in madness. He poured every drop of his power of corruption into the chains, instantly pushing their corrosive power to a whole new level. Boundless corruption enveloped Haiming's entire body, threatening to completely pollute his body and soul. Haiming roared at the sky. His indomitable will ground the corrupting force to a halt. Ever since his birth, he had been abandoned in the cruel forest by his pack due to his small, mutated size. Hunger and the bitter cold had nearly drained all his warmth. It was his master's summon that saved his life. From that moment on, Haiming swore to follow his master forever. He never fought simply because of a contract or a soul connection. The very meaning of his existence was to fight for his master. At the same time, the brutal phantom also let out a roar. Needing no command from Haiming, its swirling black and gray energy instantly shattered the chains. A massive claw swiped down, tearing away his bindings. The brutal phantom then slowly turned its gaze to Layart's. Its gray eyes were cold and merciless, as the terrifying death intent deep within them erupted. Layart's instantly sensed extreme danger. His entire body suddenly turned gray, and within seconds, most of his life force was obliterated, leaving him on the verge of death. Just then, a surge of black energy burst from within him, crushing the death intent. Layart's looked ghastly. The protective power left by his royal father was gone. Not daring to linger any longer, he turned and fled through the sky. Meanwhile, on the other side, I had arrived at the massive palace plaza at the back of the great city. From hundreds of meters away, I violently hurled my battle spear. It pierced the air, hurtling toward the dense horde of tens of thousands of corrupted ones, instantly slaughtering a huge swath of them. The remaining corrupted ones roared and unleashed their power of corruption. Dense black energy transformed into long chains that bound me tight. Boundless corrupting energy surged toward me along the chains. I didn't feel a thing, but Silver Butterfly's sorrowful cry echoed in my mind. My expression darkened and grew solemn. Just as I was about to endure the attack myself, a ferocious roar suddenly echoed from far away. A massive, dozens of meters long corpse smashed through countless buildings and crashed right into the horde of corrupted ones. The terrifying impact instantly crushed them into bloody pulp. The giant black wolf was practically unstoppable. His 1,000-meter frame pulverized every building in the blink of an eye. His tyrannical presence left all the corrupted ones trembling in terror. Staring at the massive corpse, all the corrupted ones were in absolute disbelief. Lord Layart's is dead. Panic instantly spread throughout their ranks. Haiming casually snapped my chains. I breathed a sigh of relief. However, looking at the death aura lingering around Haiming, I frowned. I couldn't let him use the dual pupils of death anymore. The backlash wasn't something his current state could withstand. Sensing my concern, Haiming explained via telepathy that the death aura would automatically dissipate after a while.
Follow, like, comment, and share for part 8.